So version control system are category of software tools that help software team manage changes to source code over the time. So with respect to time, when changes are being done to your source code, they track you. They keep track of each and every modification to the code in a special kind of database internally. If a mistake is made unintentionally or intentionally or accidentally, whatever, developers can turn back their clocks and compare their versions with the previous code, and it helps them to fix these errors. So thus you see very less downtime, and you can happily work with previous versions of the code. That is the advantage of version control system team. That is what we are going to understand. There are different types of version control systems. The first one was local version control system. What is local version control system? Okay, I'll tell you in a simple method. Suppose I gave you yesterday some labs URL to you to practice the things. I prepared some examples and I gave you labs URL, right? What if I put all those labs in my system only? What if I put all those labs within my laptop? Can you guys access that? Can you guys access that labs if I put everything in my own machine? No, you cannot, because I am not giving you. And what if my system is crashed because of some reason? What if my data is lost because of some reason? That is also gone, right? That is also gone. The data will be gone, no backup, nothing. So the same thing happens, team. The same thing happens, team. If you maintain all the code base in your local system, right? Yes, you can track the changes. You can track the changes. Version control is there, but it is confined to your own local machine. Your local database keeps all the changes, right? SCCS, RCS were the tools we used to use, yes, earlier team. But the problem with local version control system is multiple people. Suppose in my team I have 10 people. 10 people cannot work on the same project. See, you are my team members. You all cannot work with me together because everything I have in my machine. Agree? Okay, right. So that's the first problem, team. Multiple people cannot work parallelly on the same project. So the next thing, of course, backup is also another problem we discussed already. This is where next thing comes into the picture called centralized version control system. What is this centralized version control system? So not in my machine, not in your machine. Let us choose a centralized place like some GitHub or something, or Google Drive or something. Let's put the data in Google Drive. Let's put the data in Google Drive. And if anybody wants to make a change, whether Ravi wants to make a change, whether you want to make a change, whether somebody X wants to make a change, right? We need to connect to GitHub repository and we need to edit over there. So you are maintaining the copy in GitHub repository. So everybody of us can access GitHub repository. Will it solve the problem? Okay, some sort, right? So team, we have everything in the Google Drive, means centralized place. Everybody can access that. But the problem is, suppose there is a fresher joined my organization. There is a fresher joined my organization. What if that fresher doesn't have much knowledge? What if he corrupted everything in the centralized location? What if he corrupts everything in the centralized location? Again, the problem occurs. Good one, Guru. So World War III starts. Yeah. So yeah, that is another problem because we have everything from everything, right? You will face a problem if somebody updates it, because here the problem is, team, you are not maintaining any data with you. You are maintaining together at a centralized place. Whoever wants, they communicate and they check out. Checking checkouts will happen, they update. So a centralized repository will be maintained where all the version files are kept. Okay, now the next point we need to understand. Okay, this is centralized. We understood centralized. What next? What's the problem with centralized? In case of central server failure, suppose Google all of a sudden announced we are not giving Google Drive for free. The data is gone, or somebody corrupted, as we discussed just now. What to do? You will lose the data. You will lose the data. See, team, that labs whatever I gave you yesterday, if I give access to you all, knowingly or unknowingly, somebody may corrupt. This has happened to me already. I used to maintain a drive to keep all the materials earlier days, Google Drive. I used to give Google Drive link to everybody, but somebody changed everything. They corrupted everything. The data is lost. It took almost 1.5 years to prepare the data. Somebody removed it because I gave edit access to everybody to download. That's the problem. So that is happened really to me. That is where, team, you need to go for next solution, which is distributed version control system. It also looks like the same. Team, read those points and see this figure and tell me what difference do you find when compared to central and distributed. Take a few seconds, read those lines, see that figure, and then tell me. Excellent, Shubha Priya. That's good. Okay, right. So let me tell you, team, here. Let me tell you here. Earlier, I told you. Earlier, I told you we have changes. We have changes in centralized location, and we need to connect to the centralized location, and we need to make the changes over there. If centralized is corrupted, you can't get the data. But what if I don't directly make the changes at centralized? I maintain my own copy in my laptop. Suppose Ravi is working on computer A and Guru is working on computer B, right? So here, team, Ravi makes his own copy first. He applies the changes here, and then he keeps a copy at centralized location. Simple. I have labs folder in my laptop, and the same labs folder, same instructions, I am putting at a centralized location for you also. If you want, you can take your own copy in your own laptop. You can make your own changes, and you can put another copy here. Like this, team, every developer maintain his or her own local database. I mean to say local changes, and they keep a copy at centralized location. So this is available for everybody. At the same time, everybody will have their own local copies. If their system crash, again they download from centralized system. If centralized is crashed, somebody can upload from their local machine. Don't ask me, Ravi, what if everybody's is crashed? Jai Hind. We can't do anything, team. That's all. There ends the matter. We can't do anything in that case. So please don't discuss that case. If somebody's system is corrupted or centralized location is corrupted, right? Then this case helps you. So this is what it is: distributed version control system. Version control database is stored in every developer's local machine and a remote location. Changes made in local and then push it to the server usually. And this is for high availability. High availability in the sense, Even though something goes wrong, you won't have to fear. You can get it back. You can get it back. So that's all it is, team. That's all it is about.